Every lesson in the electronics unit works the same. We're going to use Circ1 as an example. Start with the learning targets. The green learning targets are the things that you'll need to be able to do. And the purple learning targets are the things that you're going to need to be able to address. Down at the bottom, you'll find a task. Follow the instructions, all of which end with a link to an outside site. The site is copyrighted, so I can't put it onto this page. Make sure you read exactly what number 4 says so you know what you need to complete. Sometimes you need to do all of the making it better tasks. Sometimes you need to do only parts of them. So make sure you read what the instruction is so you don't do extra work that you don't need to actually complete. So once I click that, it'll take me out to Circ1 and do some explanation. Here's what we're doing. The setup of the circuit. You'll see another picture of how the circuit can be set up right here. Same circuit that you'll see on this side, except for this is in 2D and this is in 3D. I actually seem to find the 2D works a little better for me in putting together the circuit, but sometimes the 3D works a little bit better to try and figure things out. A couple of points you need to know when you're building a circuit. One, we don't have these pieces of paper, and because we don't have these pieces of paper, you don't need these little 2-pin headers that you see over here to hold things down. You can ignore all those and the paper. The other thing is, anytime that you see it says 2 5-volt, 2 ground, that's exactly where those are going. You're going to come back over to the red board on the other side, and you're going to find the G and D and put the black in there, and the 5-volt, you're going to put the red in there, and then they'll come back over to the breadboard that you're going to be working on. So anytime you see one of these little boxes over here on the side, it's going to go to something over onto the breadboard itself. Then here's the code that you're going to put into the IDE. The IDE you're using is the Arduino IDE. It's a teal circle with an infinity symbol in the middle. You'll copy this in, hook up your board, and then you're going to try it out and see what happens. If it doesn't work, the most common things that are going to be problems are showing up in this middle section here. Try those first. If those don't work, find someone in class to help you. Then, once you've gone through, you're going to start changing things and seeing how it works. So for example, right now, your code says integer LED pin equals 13, semicolon. That's this line right here, integer LED pin 13, semicolon. You're going to change that to integer LED pin equals new pin, and you choose a new pin number. It says a pin of your choice from 0 to 13. So you'll read these instructions, change the code as requested, and then you'll go through and work your way through the entire section. Once you get through all of these, including the final example and fading, you're going to come back to the Circ1 site. And this is how you're going to be tested. You're going to come down here to skill markers. You're going to fill out exactly what it asks you to do in this section down here. So first of all, we're going to create a circuit that has an LED that starts bright, fades down, fades up, and finally fades out. Make sure you use the void setup and not the void loop. Once you've created that, you can film it, and while you're filming, go over the purple learning targets at the top. You can submit that film as with your code when you submit, and I'll grade those when you get done.